Alrighty, friends. Been doing some Shonen Jump tier lists. Been talking about some Shonen Jump because I really like Shonen Jump. But the downside of Shonen Jump is there's still other series I want to talk about. So we're gonna talk about Fairy Tail. I figured tier list is a good thing to talk about because I like Shonen. I will be real. I am a Shonen fanboy, and as much shit as this series has gathered, I like Fairy Tail. I like it a lot. I think it is very solid. I think it is a very good series. Even though the last two arcs are pretty bad. The last arc especially is very bad. But I still... And it does have some flaws. Like it over-sexualizes the crap out of characters. Which we'll get to here. But I still enjoy it. So, anyway, let's start throwing boys on. We're gonna rapid fire through this crap. With the jobbers, we're gonna D tier all the jobbers. You could E tier them, but you know the background character jobbers. Where's my background characters? Where's my jobbers? There's way too many fucking jobbers, and we're gonna make them all D tier. I think D tier is fine for the jobbers. Only with a couple exceptions. We'll put you next to him. I don't know who the fuck this character is. I was thinking about this before I started this video. I don't recognize him. I've watched most of the series and I've read all the series a couple times. I don't recognize him. Alright, are we out of jobbers? Is that all? Is that all the jobbers? I think so. Okay. Jobbers out of the way. Let's get to the Fairy Tail Zero guys. Also, you look like Sting. I was confused. I thought you were Sting at first. I was like, wait, why is Sting here? The Fairy Tail Zero guys, they're whatever. I don't care for Fairy Tail Zero either. So you guys can all be D tier. It's where they used a Fairy Tail Zero picture of you, but they used, I guess, because you were technically Fairy Tail member before I don't know. You were a Fairy Tail member at this age too, but I still would have used his Zero picture. Whatever. Okay. With the another jobber, jobber alert. Probably gonna have more. Oh, yeah, there we go. Another jobber. All right, are we out of jobbers now? All right, with that out of the way, you fucking suck. I'm sorry she's even here. She's from Fairy Tail Zero, or not Zero, 100 Years Quest. So I won't really. It's getting anime soon, so I'm not gonna spoil anything for it. But I don't like her. I also especially don't like Mist. Mist is technically a jobber too, but we're gonna put him as the low tier because he fucking sucks ass. He's really obnoxious and he is heavily involved in some of the worst arcs, and he has some of the worst moments in the worst arcs. He sucks dick. All right, now moving along. Evergreen C tier. She's aight. She's fine. She gets some cool moments. I think C is fine. She's over these guys. I get a lot of this just screen time too. Like I know some things about the characters that are gonna be up here. I don't know jack shit about any of these fuckers. That's why they're being in the whole goddamn series. I don't like Juvia. Actually, I will. These characters are here because they don't have do anything. Juvia is here because I don't like her. Which I do. I like Juvia. Problem is, Juvia's character just gets boiled down to, oh, she likes Gray. And that's her. Every single fight she gets is about her liking Gray. Every single line she gets of her liking Gray. She's not a character. She's just an attribute. She's just a thing that likes Gray. That is all she is. And it's really poorly written. It's really obnoxious. And her design is really cool. It's also, I guess, I can go into. I'll go off designs, powers, character, growth, arc, and all of that jazz. And yeah, no, Juvia is one of the worst main characters in the series. I think this is a weird picture of Mr. Gun, but we're gonna call Mr. Gun a D2. He's fine. He just didn't do anything. Like he finally. His fight with Luxus is ended prematurely, and then when he gets his own arc, he's barely in his own arc. He gets some cool moments at the very end of that arc. which is also one of his favorite arcs. But his moments in the arc are good, but he's just not in it at all, and it's just kind of weird. He's just barely given screen time. Lazana is, we're gonna put Lazana as an E because she should have fucking stayed dead. Her coming back makes zero sense, and the fact that she was never used properly, like her not to get one line dialogue, despite how heavy she is in his backstory. And obviously he had feelings for her, and then nope, she's written off. She would have been a D tier if she just died, but her writing her back was really, really dumb, and it definitely hurts the character. Alright, where do we want to go? Let's just start. I always can't ever decide where to start from. Lily. I like Lily. I like his design. I like his character. The fight with Gagio was really short, it was really good. Fortunately, he doesn't get a lot to do. Like a lot of these characters, he just not get a ton to do. However, I still like his design. I still like some of the scenes he has, like his scene right after Edelus with Erza, training with Erza, is really interesting. And he's get a couple fights. He gets more things to do, and he's more interesting than some of those other characters, but he does not get enough to do. Freed's also, what Freed is a B. Freed has some pretty good moments, and some pretty cool fights. He's got really interesting powers. His powers are super interesting, and he gets some good fights. I wish he could do something like the Magic games, or got more to do in Tartarus. The final arc, his involvement in the final arc is very minor. Still a bit slow. We'll put him here. Both the powers are really interesting. Their designs are super solid. But they eventually just get boiled. They just become. She just becomes Elfman's girl, really, and these guys just become Luxus's simps. Like they get boiled down too simply. But they have interesting powers and interesting designs. So we'll put them. We'll put them up here. And what are Mr. Gildarts? Gildarts is never fucking used. He is used so poorly. It is baffling. He has that one good fight with Natsu, and how he kind of works with Natsu, and then he gets the fight he has for fucking Blue Note, what the fuck his name is super boring, and it just boils down to one big punch. His fight with fucking August is just boiled down to one big punch. It's really fucking boring. It's not handled well at all. His character is so poor. They had to write another story because he's too strong, but then they just don't do anything with him. It's a real shame. All right, Mira Jane. Mira also gets a C treatment for me. Or like I'm gonna say a lot. They just don't do enough with her. Her whole coming back. There could have been more arc on her. Her not using her powers is really interesting. That whole arc is really cool, and the first off with her and Elfman is really interesting. And when she finally gets her powers back versus Free, the fight's fucking amazing. That fight is so goddamn good. But after that, she's just there. She's just not used. She's not in Edelus. She's not in Ereshin's Ace. She's written off pretty quickly in fucking Tenor Island. She's just barely around. Like, it is baffling how little Mira's around. You just don't know what to do with her. I thought it could have been a cooler thing of her being back, being S rank. Maybe she has some rust she has to knock off. I'm sure she beat Free, but they could have done a storyline of her getting back into S rank shape, but they didn't. And we'll go with Elfman. I think Elfman's also a C for similar reasons. He's got his cool fight against Soul, and then his moment against Free that leads to Mira Jane's moment is pretty interesting. But they just don't. He does get one good fight in the Magic games against Bacchus, but after that, they just do nothing with him. I could not even tell you what he does in the final arc. If he even punches a single guy or fights, like who he even fights, I could not tell you. Not very good. But his powers are interesting enough, and his design's fine. But his man jokes aren't that funny. Like a lot of the reoccurring bits aren't that funny. So C tier for Elfman. Mavis. Mavis' design is really good. I love her design. Probably one of the best in the series. It works perfectly with Fairy Tail's first master. She gets some funny jokes and she gets some cool moments in the Grand Magic games, but her use in Tartarus and in the final arc is really annoying. She should have been so much more. I feel like especially with Natsu, her relationship with Natsu, did they even have like dialogue? Like that should have been a big part of the final arc. Since her relationship was there for so important, and Natsu's relationship was there for so important, so by connection, their relationship should have been important, but it's non-existent. And I haven't finished reading or watching Zero, but I've read through most of it, and she's fine. She's interesting enough there, and she's got some cool moments in the Magic games. I like her entire involvement in the Grand Magic games, and conceptually she is cool. Just the fucking dead master, the spirit of the dead master, that can still be involved. For Grand Magic games alone, we'll leave her as a B. And we'll jump right into the main character himself. That's just a B. He is the big dumb. One of my more least favorite of the big dumb idiot tropes. He doesn't have his arc of wanting to find Dad is forgotten immediately. Like it's almost never referenced. And then after that, he doesn't have a goal. Like he doesn't want to become guild master. He doesn't want to become S rank. I mean, he does, but like it's not those things. I mean, he wants to become S rank when it's relevant, like when it comes out. But like, I don't know. His goal of having a clear goal of strength is never there. That hurts the main character a lot. His design is solid. I really like the skill scarf, and the pink hair, and his fighting style is pretty cool. And he gets some funny bits, but he is. I can put him a C, and I might. He's annoying a lot of times more than he is in enjoyable. Never all that interested when Natsu's on screen. Kana's also a C. Oh, we had a music? Where were we? Yeah, Kana. Card magic isn't really fucking ever explored. It's just fucking super Deus Ex Machina. The fairy glitter is awesome. I love her fairy glitter moment. That's also something that's also not done enough with, and it fucking fairy when she doesn't even fucking fairy glitter in Tartarus, I don't think. When she does against fucking, she finally gets another full powered fairy glitter. Like it's August, it is fucking nothing. So yeah, C tier at best. Her arc with Guild Arts isn't all that interesting. She could even be a D tier. We'll leave her a C for now. There's the fucking S plus. Let's get the good ones out of the way, I guess. Kind of want to save them for last, but you know what? Fuck it. There's his S plus. There's his fucking powers are fucking cool. Design's fucking the best in the series. I just love her personality. She doesn't have enough arcs, enough growth, unfortunately. The growth of loving her friends is weakest at best because she's not even that distant. Like she's not. It's not like she's a fucking loner. So it's weak. It's weak at best. But she gets some really cool fights until the final arc. The fights in the final arc are all really dumb, and Tartarus are really dumb, but you can say that about a lot of people. So she gets some really cool fights. Erza vs. 100 is one of my favorite moments in the series. S plus. We'll save the other S plus for later. Makarov. Makarov's a D tier. He is not utilized well at all as the master, similar to Guild Arts, as the master kind of, mentor character. He's not utilized. He has very little to do. And I guess you could also Mavis. Like these three should quote unquote be, all could be mentor figures for Natsu, and neither of them are very good at it. Neither of them get enough screen time with him. One of the best moments for Makarov is Makarov and Natsu versus fucking Blackfire guy. Because we actually get to see Makarov interact with Natsu and be with Natsu. and that's a really good scene for me. But we get so little of that. He doesn't really get his only proper fights versus Hades. Even then, that's pretty short. He doesn't ever get I thought for sure he would get a proper fight in Tartarus. Or the final arc, but he doesn't, and he just, also the constant, how many times he fucking dies. It's just really annoying and hurts the character, and he just doesn't do anything. Why is he still here? Why? He should have been written off. Katie should have killed him. He should have died. He should have died versus Hades. And he would have been better suited for the character, but just doesn't do enough for me. Charlie's also a D tier. Like, all the members of Fairy Tail just kind of annoy me. You know, the whole humanization thing too. I hate they use that picture, not her cat form. She's mean to Happy. She's mean to a lot of people. She never gets all that better. She never gets interesting. Her powers, the future sights, just Deus Ex Machina. Her human transformation thing is never used like all interesting ways. Like, it's just a way to draw another cute girl. It's really unnecessary, and she doesn't do anything. She's not cool. She doesn't do anything. Actually, you know, fuck it, E tier. E tier for Charlotte. I only have negatives. I would much rather see any of these characters on screen over her. So, D tier. Wendy. Wendy's fucking S tier. Asterisk. 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 I can't draw an asterisk with my fingers. Wendy is S tier when they are not over-sexualizing the fuck out of her. Which makes it hard to like Wendy. Because the show constantly over-sexualizes her. And it's really creepy, because she's 11. And I don't like it at all. But the character has one of the best arcs in the series. Her growth from weakling to capable, confident fighter to beating, you know, really strong enemies. And going freaking God mode. Not God mode, Dragon Force. Is interesting. We don't see with how strong Natsu is. From the beginning, Natsu's really strong. So we don't really have a lot of Shonen Jump, you know, Shonen arcs is, you know, the weaker character, learning their powers, learning how to fight, and getting stronger. We don't really get that with Natsu, and we kind of get that still with Wendy. Wendy is that version of that trope, and it works really well for me. I think it's super interesting. I like her design. I like her Dragon mode. What? Dragon Force mode. But yeah, no, I probably could move it down a peg, but I'm not gonna blame. Maybe I don't know the how heavily the anime and the manga sexualize her. It's really, really, really creepy, and I don't like it at all. And just sexualizing women in general, the show is really, really bad at, and I don't like it. Please, please don't over-sexualize girls. Thank you. Moving on. We only got a couple left. Leo. B tier. His design is fucking awesome. I love the cat ears and the suit. His powers are fine. They're just generic. I like his arc. His arc was really good and super interesting. And likewise, in the fight, the first fight he comes back with Big Slow is great. That stuff is all very interesting. And then, like a lot of these characters, after that, why is he here? Like, yeah, he gets a fight in Tenor Island, which is kind of cool. It's just fine. It's a fine fight, but like, why is he here? He barely even shows up. He only shows up for a couple chapters each arc, because the fact he's relegated to a summon means he even gets even less screen time. And all these other characters who already are sharing fighting for screen time. This is just Fairy Tail. This isn't even counting all the other side characters and villains. So there's just too many characters on screen, and Loki, Leo does not get to do enough. Lucy's A tier. I like Lucy a lot. Designers, I like the design. I like the summoning, especially when they finally start to get interesting. It's a shame takes way too long to get interesting for her powers. She just sits stagnant for way too long. Once she starts doing the duo and the triple summoning, and then the star dress, the series is basically over, and the series at the point where it's not that interesting anymore. She doesn't even get a proper fight with Star Dress, which is a shame, because little bleep moments we get, she's really strong, but she doesn't actually get a full-on fight, and unfortunate, but I like her character. When again, asterisk, 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 like Wendy, like Erza, like everybody else, when she's not being over-sexualized. But yeah, no, we're gonna put her here. Damn, 20 minutes. Tier lists take long. I talk too much. Alright, I guess we gotta speed through. Happy. Happy's design is cute. None of his jokes land. He flies, whatever, it's fine. C tier. Gray. Gray is B tier. He is fine. He's fine as the rival character. But he's also bogged down. Actually, no, Gray's C tier. He's bogged down with Juvia. They both only become about each other. And that part of them is really uninteresting and just boring to constantly. That's all we get. Gray and Juvia, Gray and Juvia, Gray and Juvia. He gets a little more to do, not related to Juvia. He gets some cooler fights, but that whole relationship is written like garbage. I like Levy. I like her powers, I like her design, I like her personality. She's not like super overconfident like a lot of these characters. Like she is just support. She's not a combat character. She is straight support, and I think she's really interesting. I like her a lot. Luxus. Luxus is he shoots lightning. He's got a decent arc. But he like a handful. Some of the Makarov, Luxus should have died. Markov dying would have been better for Luxus, or Luxus should have died. Something should have happened to mix up the status quo. Luxus leaving, coming back, nothing happened, and then he's just there, and nothing is done. He's just the big muscle, and that's really all that's ever done with him. And his fight in the last arc is really boring. And lastly, Gagio. Where we putting Gagio? Where is S tier? It's not even close. These are the best two characters in the series. They're the only two Funko Pops I have, wherever those are. Actually, back behind me. He's the best character in the series. I really like him. I think his power set's really cool. I think that I can't reach Gagio, but that's what I would say. His powers are cool. His design is fucking awesome. I love his personality. I love the aggressive assholes. His relationship with Levy they're the best relationship. It's the only relationship that's remotely interesting. Every other love relationship they try to play here it's just written like shit. I am a big fan. I'm going off most of these characters in the base series. I'm not, outside of her, who is actually from 100 Years Quest, I'm not counting in any 100 Years Quest, because that series is absolutely garbage. So there we go. There's my over the long fairy tale characters tier list. If you want to see me do another tier list, holla at your boy. I'll see you next time.